together. I'm Roger Mooking, and today we're exploring how this vibrant region supports local producers in the heart of winter. From cozy markets to snowy mountaintop adventures, let's gather in gray and savor the warmth of community. The Owen Sound Farmers Market is a vibrant hub of local products, community spirit, and artisanal goods. I'm Roger Mooking, and today we're diving into the heart of this vibrant market. From fresh coffee to authentic African and fast French cuisine, the farmers market has lots to explore and taste. Tell me a little bit about the Owen Sound Farmers Market. It feels like it's been here forever.
It has been here forever. In fact, we're a producer market, so you have to either have grown it, baked it, made it, fed it, produced it in order to be here.
So roughly how many vendors, how many guests are coming through every Saturday?
We can have up to 60.
Up to 60 vendors?
During summer. During winter, we obviously don't have as much space.
And how many guests?
Unseed First Nation. We also acknowledge that lacrosse, known as the Creator's Game, was gifted to the Haudenosaunee and was adopted by many other nations. It holds deep spiritual and cultural significance. The Owen Sound Junior B organization is dedicated to honoring Indigenous history and culture and is committed to moving forward in the spirit of reconciliation with the Saugeen Ojibwe Nation through respect, sport, and community. And now, fans, please rise if you're able and remove your hats for O Canada.
Welcome into the Harry Lumley Bayshore Community Center for OLA Junior B Lacrosse, and this is a big one. The Owen Sound NorthStars come in 4-8. The London Blue Devils come in 5-8. So this one will be a big one for Owen Sound if they want to try to get themselves tied with the 8th place London Blue Devils, currently holding the last playoff spot in the OLA division. Spencer Byers alongside me, as always, the MSL GM, I should say, Steve McCarthy. And Steve, we talked about it a lot yesterday, especially when yesterday's game went not how you and I expected with the rout of the Wallsburg Red Devils. 16-5 yesterday for the NorthStars. That this one may be bigger, especially with that win yesterday.
Well, yeah, absolutely. Yesterday was important, but today is could be a real turning point in the season for both teams. London off to a very quick start, and the year looked like they had solidified themselves as a top 8 team, but have lost 4 or 5 in a row now, and it's almost the other way around for Owen Sound. So this is a big
Face-off tied up by Coverdale and taken there by Jackson Ray, and that will start us off here at the Bayshore Community Center. as down went Lahome Wickens. Shot there from far away, caught by Ray off the Moynihan attempt. Played around now, Moynihan couldn't catch, and I will mention that the London netminder, for the first time I've seen this year, Steve, has the small stick, has the NLL-style stick. So obviously passing will be, I assume, a big part of his game, giving up all that size.
I think you're bang on there. He's no advantage other than the ball handling ability, and we'll see how that goes.
Nolan McVicker stole that one, picked a pocket, and then was able to get away. Now got to keep it, though, is Colton McKechnie, who had 5 goals yesterday in the 16-5 win. 7 points, tied for the team lead and game lead. McKechnie off for McElmoyle. McElmoyle gave it off for Levine. Levine back for McElmoyle, a whistle-off ball. I think McKechnie got the illegal screen, and it will go the other way. We'll mention tonight, Steve, Ryan Vole not in the lineup. So that's a big loss for Owen Sound's offense. I believe he had at least 6, maybe 7 points yesterday in the big win, and has been very pivotal in initiating a lot of offense for this Owen Sound squad.
Yeah, he took the warm-up, was a little banged up from yesterday, and they decided to keep him out. So, you know, we'll see how the facilitation goes today. But yeah, he was a big part of the offense yesterday.
He's been a big part of the offense throughout this beginning season. He's currently second on the team in scoring. As we're trying to let the shot clock go, will go Owen Sound. As Lemon there was the one when it weighed out as he gives it off, and now Slide Sundown will start off. Sundown. Right across the top, he'll go. Give it off for Lahome Wickens! Scores! Everett Lahome Wickens gets Owen Sound on the board first. 1-0 Owen Sound. A guy, Steve, that you and I have spoken about a lot this season because of the offensive potential he's shown throughout his junior B career, has really stepped into that role this year. And without a guy like Ryan Vole, you got to expect a guy like Lahome Wickens needs to be big tonight, and he gets them on the board first.
Yeah, I would no doubt think that he'll step right in and probably play a full-time role rather than a transition tonight. And,
Great.
Yeah, he's there we go.
And scores again! Everett Lahome Wickens! Looking up at the clock, I count a 9-second separation from goal 1 to goal 2. Owen Sound up 2, not even 2 minutes in.
Yeah, and that just illustrates how important it is to have control and possession off the draws. So they were able to win that draw, move down quickly in transition, and Lahome Wickens just kind of went a couple steps low, curled around, created a lane for himself, and went far side, and you know, here we go again.
Hindle taken down from behind, ball rolls into the restricted area. Lahome Wickens going to go try to play it 3-on-1. Not able to make his way there, but now he'll try to play a little bit of pressure, so will Hindle. They meet together, and Lahome Wickens finishes the check. Ball comes loose into the waiting arms of Chase Garvey. Garvey's going to have to find his GPS and get out of there. He finally does. As Sundown out for Brock McElmoyle. McElmoyle for Levine. Levine out for Colton McKechnie. McKechnie across the top, bounced that one wide and into the rafters. They had a hot start like this yesterday, Steve, did the Junior B NorthStars. They were very good. Yesterday, they scored 7 goals in that first period. I believe 3 goals before even the third minute mark in yesterday's contest.
Yeah, they came out quickly, buried it in the third.
Nice move there, but saved by Miles Plater. Attempt taken there by Holborough, and the ball will stay with the Blue Devils. Has played over now. As Buzz Dockstader gave it over. That shot saved by Plater. Plater did play yesterday. And I asked you the question, do you think he starts again today? You said yes, and you were right. It's now a chance for Owen Sound to get in transition. Passed over! Bennett just put it high.
Yeah, I didn't quite get that deep in his pocket. He kind of pushed it, might have hit the top of his head, and drifted over the net.
Is trying to get away there is Holborough, I should say. That shot there saved by Plater. That's off Buzz Dockstader, who's second on the team in points. We'll correct myself a little bit. Colton Noah is double 7, so we'll We'll see when Noah gets it next. That shot low, save there. That was Cohen Smith, who's the third leading point getter, I believe, on this London Blue Devils squad, as Buzz Doxeter trying to get away, skies it and hits Noah. Colton Noah. Back for him. Noah looking to fire, gets fended off there. Now for Doxeter, nice move. Buzz Doxeter off the post! Now London maybe thought they had their first one there, Steve.
Nice little toe drag. He beat two guys, had to pull it in to make sure he could get the shot away, and it just threw it off a bit, off the post.
As Langell just got thrown, like Klages will go. Klages may have an option if he look back. Coverdale hits him, shot, great save there. That's Lahome Wickens. Coverdale saw him right there. Klages never had a chance to turn his head, but a great opportunity nevertheless for Lahome Wickens, who's got both markers so far to begin this game, as Doxeter gonna get forced around by Jackson Ray. Ball comes loose. Doxeter able to reacquire. Thrown back, and he misses the intended target there, and it will be an over and back.
Yeah, you don't want to give away those offensive opportunities on errant passes. So, yeah, we'll see Owen Sound can capitalize on this.
Up for Moynihan. Moynihan back for McElmoyle. For Levine. Levine will take a screen, fires that one low. Good save there by the netminder. Looks to be Finley Topping, the #1 goalie for this London squad, and where's #1 fittingly, as De Silva for Langell, who leads the team in points. Talk to him at the end of this period, in between the first and second. Langell in! No, he stepped. He did score. I think Plater knew he did because he didn't really react to it. As Bennett racing up the floor, guarded Patak, got lots of room. Real estate. That's a great shot there, saved by the netminder Topping. Trying to catch it there is Klages. Klages will. Again, Gardner Patak, a very quick defender. So you can't really give him chances in transition or he'll burn you like that. Lahome Wickens hits Coverdale. A lot of defensive, usually forwards on the floor right now. As that ball bounced for Lahome Wickens, Coverdale missed his guy. As Lahome Wickens gonna have to fire with maybe 5 left on the shot clock. He does, and it goes low, and a good save there by the netminder. And I think, Steve, that this Junior B squad seeing the same thing you and I would with that smaller stick for stick handling. They're gonna try to go a lot more to between the legs to try to force him to go down.
Yeah, I mean, although that was probably a desperation shot late in the clock, but you got a point there.
That ball over, wide open, bounced and just wayward of the net. Trying to get a hold of it. It does finally come loose there, as away will go Owen Sound. That's Chase Snow with possession. Chase Snow in! Snow off of the stick there of the netminder, but he stepped in so he can't touch it. Does, and it will go the other way. As now back come London the other way. As Colton Noah will get forced around. He'll take a screen from Langell, who wears the C, might I add. Langell looks to fire, ends up losing his footing, and that ball goes all the way across. Gonna have to just fire, it looks like. No, it ends up going to Buzz Doxeter. Now he's only got 5 to shoot. Doxeter will roll it, and it will go wayward, and across the shot clock is now Coverdale will go.
Yeah, again, Owen Sound very aggressive. Their tendencies are to really get out on the ball, really force that ball carrier, and they do a great job covering and not getting beat from that top side. So.
Moynihan just could not find McKechnie on that one, and now they'll go the other way. Jamie De Silva trying to break down his defender. De Silva, nice move! Great save there by Plater. Got right in the shin pad there, as now it'll be thrown up for Jackson Ray. As Ray makes it over, will walk the line and give it off for Levine. Now hits McElmoyle. McElmoyle, nice move. Another nice move. McElmoyle shoots that one, and a good save by Topping. Topping gonna quickly play it, had lots of black shirts, there's no one able to catch that one off the bounce. Hindle now gonna try to force, but away they'll go. As Swears had possession, he gives it off, and now gets a trailer there coming off the bench. That one rocketed over the net, right back to him, behind the back, also misses the net. Good a couple opportunities there for London. That shot right into the netting there, as Ashman was the first pair of shooters. As now away will come Owen Sound. Hindle, nice spin, gets away. from Buzz Dockstader. Hindle got lots of room now. Hindle gets hooked up, shoots that one on target, and a good save by Topping. Owen Sound really taking advantage of them transition in this first period. They did that a lot yesterday against Wallaceburg with the short bench. They're doing it with the long bench here as that one whistled right through the legs of the defender, wide. Caught off the boards there by Noah. Ball comes loose and acquired there by Snow. Chase Snow, skies it, hits McVicker, and McVicker will go. Moynihan. Getting pressure there. He's going to bounce it towards the bench there as it almost missed, and going to have to play it quick here as Lahome Wickens does come right off the bench. McElmoyle got 9 left to shoot. McElmoyle hits McKechnie. McKechnie gonna make his move, gonna take a beating for the trouble. That one scores! Colton McKechnie! Oh my, no shot clock, no problem, Steve!
Yeah, again, he's just too much of a handful right now to play one-on-one, and he creates his own space here. He drives hard to the outside, just a step, gets stick around the defender, and nice underhand top side and top corner. And
I don't even think he looked to where he was shooting, Steve. He looked like he just put his head up and fired.
Hey.
But
when they're going in, they're going in. You don't need to look.
What a shot, Colton McKechnie. As Gord Chapman would say, on the top shelf for Mama hides the corn, my goodness. Langale takes the face-off, quick whistle off of the draw, back for Langale, scores! And Owen Sound not going to be happy about that whistle, but the benefit there goes to Carson Langale and the London Blue Devils.
Yeah, this is probably how London's going to have to hang around in this game. They're a little outmatched probably personnel-wise on the offense, but if they can chip in with some transition goals, they'll should be able to stay in this.
I'm still kind of in awe, no offense to Carson Langale, by McKechnie's goal there, Steve. Because again, I just didn't think he had anything to shoot at. I thought he was just going to put that one into the netting, and then eventually he just found a spot. And now away will go Owen Sound. I thought a lot of bodies there at the line, and now Ray will have it and give it off for Sundown. Sly Sundown will make his way down the floor. I thought Moynihan gives it off for Levine instead. Levine hits McElmoyle. McElmoyle never got his hands free, and now away you thought would have went the Blue Devils, but never able to retrieve the loose ball. Now a chance to go. Gonna try to attack the defender. Nice whack there by the NorthStars, and away they're gonna go as Hindle will take a beating for the trouble. And now McVicker. Offer. That looks to be McElmoyle. Down for McKechnie. Colton McKechnie for Sundown! Score! Sly Sundown! Made that one look pretty easy, Steve. I know he's big, I know he's tall, I know he's strong, but that one looked like just a quick flick of the wrist.
Again, that's just a size overmatch there, and he just drifts by as the guy who's supposed to be on him. You got to be able to at least get on his hands, get that stick down if you're a defender with that kind of size discrepancy. And they kind of looked like he was going to pick, but he just slid right by on the cut, and Colton McKechnie found him right away. Great pass into the stick, and all in one motion, Sly put it home.
I don't think you can give a guy like that kind of. You can't get in front of you, because once you're behind, you're never going to catch him, because he's just so big. He just uses length. As that shot there by Lahome Wickens. Stopped down in front of that by Hindle. Hindle takes a couple of whacks for the trouble. Hindle gets kind of caught there, and Hindle's going to be slow to get up. Oh, and Hindle is still slow. It's 5-on-4 right now for Owen Sound because of it. Hindle trying to get off. Nice pass down. That shot right into the wickets there by Owen Sound, and yeah, they're going to call that. So a good job there to get back to possession for Caden Levine, but hopefully Hayden Hindle's okay.
Yeah, it looks like he took a hip right to the head. So
might have been a knee there by the guy who has the woody stick. We'll talk about that in a second. Got buried. There was Lahome Wickens. As Moynihan fires it there for Levine. Levine fires it. Scores! Caden Levine! Right through the stick. Makes it 5-1 Owen Sound. Steve, we've we've talked about the offense being a struggle for this Owen Sound team throughout this year. As we're going to do a water break for both netminders as Topping and Plater will go to the benches. Offense has been something that Owen Sound has struggled with throughout this year, even with all the skill. We've talked about that through the first couple of home games, how much skill they've got, how much offensive potential they've got, and it feels like with the beginning of this period and, you know, the three periods we saw yesterday, it seems like it's finally maybe coming together. That jigsaw puzzle, that 1,000 pieces, it's finally showing the art.
Yeah, they're finding some chemistry there, even without Ryan Bohl in the lineup today. But yeah, they certainly have a lot of tools there on the offense, and they are starting to put it together, and right at the right time.
Down went Langill, picked up by Coverdale, and he'll go. Guys, McKechnie shoots that one off the boot. Good save there by Topping. Cy Sundown goes to pick it up, and he does. And then Sundown airmailed it, though, looking for McElmoyle. But neither team really going for that one as it'll land itself in the corner. As it looks like Jacob Dockstader is the defender with the old Woody stick. And again, I think we talked about that throughout you and I doing Junior B and Senior B and MSL games of the intimidation factor that usually comes with having that kind of stick. Is quickly up the floor, come Owen Sound off the air and shot. Wide open, McVicker in, Nolan McVicker scores! Nolan McVicker makes it 6-1!
Yeah, that's something London's really going to have to correct here. They have their hands full defending the offense of the Owen Sound. They cannot continue to give up transition opportunities. This is a good look. You went far side, pulled it back, short side under the glove. Tremendous execution on the breakaway, and 6-1 is a pretty big goal, only 13 and a half minutes into the game. So Owen Sound again came out to play yesterday to eliminate essentially Wallaceburg from the playoff hunt, and today it looks like they might be doing the same to London.
Well, Swears will go up against Nathan Coverdale. Coverdale just sent his offensive players into the zone, so obviously some confidence by the big man. He thinks he's going to win this face-off again.
And we made a goaltending change here now, so you'll see Blaine Powell in the net.
And he's got the big Woody, so we'll see if that makes the difference as well, as Coverdale hits a wide-open Claggis. Claggis just threw it towards that stick, and he's saved, and now trying to get away here. Got to get over an 8. It's going to be close, I think. Nice job there by Owen Sound. Comes out, and Claggis, that's got to be an 8. There it is. So now Coverdale will pick it up. Wait a second, never had possession, so the whistle will wait. And now Coverdale's got it. As Langill tries to force him near the line, he'll walk it, give it off for Moynihan. We'll see if the goalie change helps the Blue Devils any, with Powless now in. Nice move there, McElmoyle. Now for McKechnie. McKechnie trying to spin, lost his footing, kept the ball though somehow, then finally loses it. Lahome Wickens can't get a hold of it, and away will go London, but never got it, so the shot clock's gonna go first. That was Jamie De Silva chasing that one down. Back for De Silva from Dockstader. Now all the way out. That hits Smith. Smith in the corner. Back up, De Silva. Buzz Dockstader. Back for Cohen Smith. Smith got 10 left to work into the middle, misses his intended target. That ball shot low and saved there by the stick of Miles Plater.
Yeah, London's offense is very static right now. There's not a lot of ball movement, certainly not a lot of foot movement. They're just out there kind of chucking it around and looking for something on the perimeter. So they're going to have to, again, make some adjustments if they want to find the ball going behind Miles Plater.
Lahome Wickens hits the defender in front there as Moynihan goes to retrieve. He gets buried, and the ball goes under him now. So now he's going to take a couple extra whacks, and they're going to send it that way in favor of London. That ball given off there as Noah gives it off for Buzz Dockstader. Dockstader will fire it across. That now hits Ashmore. Ashmore hits Langale. Penalty going against Owen Sound. That shot off Plater, and Dockstader tried to do a little Michael Oren pressure from the blind side there, Steve, as he tried to go after his numerical counterpart in Taylor Bennett. Bennett will take a 2-minute, I assume, for slash. And it will be a 2 for slash going against Taylor Bennett. Arguably, well, I won't say arguably. I think he's been the best defender on Owen Sound's team. Arguably the best defender. Definitely been playing like it in the past couple of weeks here for Owen Sound. And now they're without him on the power play, or a penalty kill, I should say. So we'll see how this works. As London could really use the offense with about 5 minutes left to go here in this first frame. Passed in front, missed the intended target. Picked up there, the loose ball for Zach Lemon. Lemon's gonna go. Lemon, it's a wide open runner. It's nice fake in front. Gardner Patak off the post for Griner Patak. What a pass there by Chase Garvey, who's also one of the runners in transition. As they're both good, as Garvey goes off, Ray comes on. Griner Patak will stay. Passed across Langale, shot that one low, and a good save. And actually, pardon me, Cohen Smith with the shot there. Where is it? Somewhere in his equipment.
Oh, there we go.
Just gotta shake the loose change out, Steve? It's like when you're at the laundromat. You just gotta keep shaking the pants until it falls out. Gardner Patak hits Colton McKechnie. McKechnie's just gonna go right at his defender. What a move! McKechnie scores! Colton McKechnie makes it 7-1. Short-handed for Owen Sound. You know,
yeah,
Steve.
I mean, he gets that head of steam. He's got a big body and such good hands. And again, looks far side, brings it back. Didn't have much there on the short side, but put it under the glove, just over the foot. And yeah, he is on a roll, and he is a handful for anybody in this league to try to handle one-on-one.
I'll wait a second to say my point, Steve, because it's probably going to land a little flat. But we'll see as McElmoy will go take the beating in the corner. And he's got some size on the guy trying to force him right now, and that would be Jacob Dockstader. As McElmoy has just taken a real hold there as that ball does finally come loose.
And they'll get one more possession here on the man up, and they'll see if they can't get that transition goal. Short-handed, they just allowed, so.
That's Buzz Dockstader. Nice move in and scores! No, he stepped in! Buzz Dockstader almost had one there. Fancy handwork, but feet weren't as fancy. Nice fake there by Chase Garvey. Garvey gonna take a couple whacks for the trouble there from Colton Noah.
Yeah,
Garvey.
That was an outstanding look.
Yes, it was. It was a great move in the end. Kind of real slow, too. Garvey just going to hold on to this one. Finally hits Klages, and now out of the box will come Owen Sound as taking a beating off ball there is Caden Levine. Wide open, though. Just missed Taylor Bennett coming out of the bench. He'll take a nice heavy check. Whistle comes, and what's the call going to be? Against who? I assume London? It would be, as Levine just keeps barking at him, as that was a rather feisty jousting match there, as it looks like London's number 7, Kieran McDonald, will go for 2 or less with the cross-check, which sends this high-powered Owen Sound offense down to the power play. They're first in the contest. Got a shorty. We'll see if they can get a power play one now. As instead of Vole, it'll be Lahome Wickens starting off this one. As Levine, McElmoy, Lahome Wickens, McKechnie. Back for Lahome Wickens. Fires that one. Good save there by Paulus.
I don't know how that wasn't called a moving pick up top when you drive the defender in the back to the ground, but nonetheless, London will get a chance to clear here.
We'll see if they can get a shorty themselves here. As Owen Sound scored 14 goals in the last 2 first periods they played. Nice move in. Good save there by Plater. I think he stepped in anyway. As now Coverdale will go the other way.
Yeah, Buzz Dockstader certainly has a lot of skill here, and he's exhibited a couple of great scoring opportunities, one getting called back, and Owen Sound will certainly have to key on him when he gets in one-on-one situation.
He's got the most goals on the team this season, does Boz Dockstader. Nice move there. Shot just wide there by McKechnie. McElmoyle goes to try to retrieve. Ball does not come for him, and now a chance for London to go. Real rush chance here. Nice move. Missed the net. No, actually did hit Plater. Good shot there by Taylor Lowe, but not able to beat Miles Plater, who's been there when needed so far this first period. Hasn't had a whole lot of work as Everest Lahome Wickens now. Played all the way around for McKechnie. McKechnie fires that one, I believe, off the goalie and goes out of play as Lahome Wickens, I think, got grabbed by the mask and thrown down there. Off ball. I know he hit the ground for sure. If he got thrown or not, I guess is up to interpretation. As McKechnie, Lahome Wickens, down for Sundown. Pass for McElmoyle. Ends up being kicked there by Levine. Levine's gonna take the hit for the trouble. Never able to get possession. Chance
nice
to go
play.
now. What stick work there by London? It's now a breakaway. Scores!
That's just a great individual effort to tap that loose ball off the turf, off the boards around the Owen Sound player and retrieve it on the other side of the line and go in and make a nice shot on Miles Plater for the goal.
Bryson Deliri gets his second goal of the season to make it 7-2, and with 4 seconds left on the penalty, that means both these teams have shorthanded goals.
There you go. They've traded both penalties prior to this have been scored upon. So.
Tie up, and they're going to call it against London. And now Klages has got it at the line. He'll give it off for McKechnie with about 1 minute and 15 left in this first frame. McKechnie just trying to, again, bully the defender. He does! Scores! Colton McKechnie gets his 3rd of the game! 8 on the weekend!
Again, it's just another example of his ability to find that lane. He beats the initial defender, and no slide came from the crease in time to impede his progress, and he just kind of walked in and again went far side, just over top of the glove, and yeah, you can't allow him any kind of time and space, regardless of where you are on the floor with Colton McKechnie.
Foul against the London Red Devils, or Blue Devils, pardon me. Will give Owen Sound back the ball. And I will now say it, Steve. You know, I understand celebrating has its negative scene attribute. You know, where it's cocky, it's this, it's that. You know, I'm sorry. When I watch him bully 2 different defenders by just running into them, you know, a nice shot there by Moynihan, safe somewhere under Paulus, and it is under him. You know, I think he's allowed to do a little too small. You know, I know it's overused, overplayed a little bit, but when you hit a defender with the ball and he goes 4 feet backwards, I think you can pull out the too small. You know, anytime I make a shot in basketball, I pull it out because, you know, I'm 5'4". It's fun. That went off the bar. Pair of shots there for London's Landon Ashmore, just couldn't beat Plater. Ball comes loose, Owen Sound's got it. See if they can get it over here for maybe a timeout, you think? No, they're not gonna take it. Chance for Gardner Patak, 3-on-1, low wickets, great save, Paulus. He did touch it in the restricted area. No wonder you're looking at timeout there, Steve. He got a 3-on-1 the other way. Paulus has got it, gotta play it. Gardner Patak will try to force here. As around they'll go, and it's an 8. The goalie took too long. 8 seconds remain here in the first frame. Mick Vicker will start with it. He hits Colton McKechnie. It's a 3-on-2. Shot that one from a mile away. Good save there by Paulus, who lost his glove in the process. And that will be the period. 8-2 in favor of the Owen Sound North Stars over the London Blue Devils. If you would have told me, Steve, after we saw a 7-3 first period yesterday in this very building with this very team against Wallaceburg, and then you told me, Spencer, guess what? In less than 24 hours, this exact team is going to score more goals and give up less goals in the first period against a, I'll say on paper, better team in London, I would have probably asked you for a urine sample.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, Steve, this Owen Sound team has found it.
Yeah, I mean, they're getting, you know, great leadership, you know, with the rookie Colton McKechnie and Everest Lahome Wickens up here today. And yeah, they're both contributing. I think they've got at least 5 between the 2 of them, and their defense, again, it's just smothering, as they have been for weeks now, and really exhibited that against every team they played this season. So they're putting it together at the right time, and we'll see if they can't not only secure 8th spot, but see if they can't chip away at this and avoid Six Nations in that first round.
If they play like this against some of those even top-tier teams, I think you got to say Owen Sound's going to give them a pretty good game and maybe steal 1 or 2 of those, and then they play against some teams that are right around them, you know, in the standings, and they play like this against, like they have against Wolfsburg and London. I mean, it's hard to pick against them, I think.
Oh, it's no question. I mean, they do have a young team, and I think, you know, with getting on these winning rolls, it just builds their confidence. You can see it just in their aggressiveness and how they're attacking both offensively and defensively. They're not holding anything back. They're coming to play, and they're putting teams away that they should put away.
Well, I think one thing that you and I definitely have to say, though, before we go for our break, and I have a chance to talk to London's leading point getter, has a goal tonight in Carson Langill, the captain, number 11, is Owen Sound can't let up, though. They can't let this London team back in it because they got to play a full 60. They got to keep this intensity in the second and third periods, or this London team is, you know, has a very good chance of coming back. It's still very early. Yeah,
I mean, this is for their season. So, you know, they have to have some motivation with regards to hoping to still cling to a playoff spot. So, yeah, I mean, 8-2 is a tough hole to build yourself in on the road. But you know what? We'll see what they're made of.
Well, we'll have to see. Up next will be my interview with the captain, number 11 of the London Blue Devils, Carson Langill, and then back for the second period between Owen Sound and London after this. Welcome back down here at the Bayshore. Spencer Byers alongside me, captain Carson Langill. Carson, obviously not the start you guys would have wanted, but before we get into tonight's game, I want to ask you about your season. You lead your team in points, 48 coming into tonight, have a goal, make it 49. What's it been like for you kind of offensive? What's led to your offensive success?
I think it's honestly just my teammates. They're setting me picks, they're getting me open, and I think we just kind of feed off each other in the offensive zone. I mean, when they give me a pass, and I obviously look for them the rest of the game, I mean, there's nothing else to say. We got a great group. I'm ready for this game. We're ready to come back in this game.
Now, obviously, in the standings, you guys are right up next to each other, so this was a big game for both of your two sides after the win for yesterday for Owen Sound. You know, how do you guys evaluate a game like this where you know you're so close to the standings, getting closer and closer to playoff time?
I think we just got to come into it as any other game. We got to come here to compete, obviously. obviously it's not like a must-win, but we're on that track where we got to start winning some games. And this is a great start, you know, at the Bay Shore. Why not? It's a great rink. It's iconic. Fuck, you know.
Well, obviously, not the start you guys would have wanted, but just before my last question about tonight, what you guys going to do to come back? You know, you look at your 5-game losing streak right now coming in. You know, obviously had a lot better start to begin this season long. What do you feel like what do you think needs to turn around for your squad to be able to get back in the win column?
I think just our effort and how we're going to approach games. I think we come in a little bit easy, but I think we got that mindset now that it's not going to come easy. We got to come ready to play, and we got to take it to the other teams.
All right, Carson, before I let you go, down 8-2, got 40 minutes left to play. What do you think is a big key for you guys tonight to come back for a win?
Just our effort. I mean, first period, obviously bus lags, bit of a bus ride down here. Our bus lags are gone now. There's no excuse. We're going to come out balls to the wall. And what else? Why not play lacrosse? You know what I mean?
Thank you so much, Carson Langiel of the London Blue Devils. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Good luck as we get ready for the second period between the Owen Sound North Stars and London Blue Devils here next on Rogers TV. NorthStars over the London Blue Devils. Spencer Byers, and alongside me, Steve McCarthy. And Steve, a big period for both these teams, but obviously down 6, you'd have to say for London, it's maybe one of the biggest of their season.
Yeah, the time is not on their side, nor is the scoreboard. So they'll have to make some major adjustments here if they want to stay around in the playoff hunt, and more specifically in this game.
Nice moves around there for the Blue Devils. It hits Buzz Dockstader. Around for Cohen Smith.
And again, you've got a situation here where London's first offensive possession, they end up with 3 righties out there and only 1 lefty. So, you know, a little disorganization, whether or not that was a transition guy staying and not looking at who came off the bench, but nonetheless a little bit of a disadvantage.
Ray gonna get forced here. Nice move by Jackson Ray. Back for Coverdale. Coverdale will hit Colton McKechnie, who's already got 3 goals tonight, got the hat trick. Just played over. Nice move, Levine. Levine wide open, Lahome Wickens! Great save there by Paulus, the backup netminder here tonight, who's come in relief of Blaine, Finley Topping there, Blaine Paulus. Has let in 2 already, but
it was just a nice 2-man game, pick and roll. Lone Wickens released, went to the net, caught the pass, had nothing but daylight, but couldn't beat the goal.
I think that took a deflection as it goes off the bar there for Miles Plater. Shot by Colton Noah. Buzz Dockstader back for Colton Noah. Noah looking to fire. Nice move in. Hits the bar again. 2 bars for poor Colton Noah. Chance in transition now. Lots of room to run. In. Score. No, what a save there by Blaine Paulus on Chase Garvey.
Yeah, Garvey looked like he went 5-hole up top high, and it just hit the top of the stick above the mesh.
Nice move by Buzz Docks there, trying to get around the Owen Sound defender. Passed up top. Save there by Plater. No, it goes! It ends up rolling over, and that's the 3rd of the game. It's Jamie De Silva's first, make it 8-3.
Yeah, and again, set up by Dockstader with his great stick skills there to really find the guy up top, and it just squeezed through. Good shot. You see there, Miles Plater got 75% of that ball, but the other 25 crossed the goal line. So good start for London here.
Usually works out that way, doesn't it, Steve?
Yeah.
I paid 85% of that ticket, sir. I shouldn't have that still on my record. That's not what the claims, the person who called me for claim said. Apparently that's not enough, Steve. Apparently that's not enough. They didn't tell me that. It wasn't written on the ticket. How is that my fault?
And here we go, the second time in 3 possessions here where London ends up with 4 righties out there.
Nice save there by Plater. Ball comes loose in the restricted area, but they touched it, so we'll go Plater's way. Plater's got lots of room here on the far side. He gets it there as Chase Snow right down the floor. Nice pass, just got deflected before it hit McKechnie. McKechnie caught it, then tried to hit Sundown. Ball comes out for Chase Snow as McKechnie took a couple good whacks for his trouble. Looks like they're going to go 4-on-4 here. They're going to keep a defender / offensive player in the far end as Sundown. Nice pass, just missed Levine, who's got one tonight, as that will be a shot clock.
Great trail check there by Levine to upset that transition.
I got something else to talk about here when that shot's blocked by Klages, ends up going harmlessly to Miles Plater, skies it well in front of McVicker, ends up going to his counterpart in Blaine Paulus, who catches. Now he'll look for a pass, maybe not go as adventurously forward, and won't. Played forward now for Ashmore. Ashmore right over for Langills. That shot off of Plater there, I believe Buzz Docks there. No, he ends up missing Plater, and it goes well out of play into the seats. Klages bounced it there for McKechnie. Down for, look at Moynihan. Moynihan caught it off the bounce. Sundown. Right down for Moynihan, never caught it. Almost had a chance though, does catch it, looks like off the boards maybe. Penalty going against London as Plater made a mad dash towards the net. Hold. Man.
Illegal substitution, must have had 6 out there at one point. It didn't look like anybody came off early, but nonetheless,
substitution.
Serve 2 here.
Now I will will mention, Steve, in my interview with the captain there, Carson Langills, he was smiling, he was, you know, in good spirits. And I know some people will say, why isn't he dour? They're down by 6. But in my head, I go the other way. I go, well, that's such a great captain to be able to be kind of level-headed and have, you know, still a smile on his face, because, you know, that means everybody else, you know, should be in pretty good spirits and, you know, have a chance to come back in this game. You gotta have somebody who's a motivator, and it's nice to see Carson Langills kind of have that big smile as that shot saved there by Paulus, because I get usually scared when I try to talk to athletes when they're down big, because I never know what I'm gonna get.
Yep,
I don't know how mad they're gonna be. I don't know what they may say, or how they may take a question.
probably goes a lot to why he's the captain.
Nice Sundown. Down for Lahome Wickens. Back for Sly. Sundown fires. Good save there by Paulus. It's Sky, just not caught there by Levine. That ball passed, just missed its intended target. Ends up going into the waiting arms there of a defender. I think that was Coverdale's. Oh, got ran. There was Levine, as Coverdale didn't like the hit. Sundown got 55 left here on the power play. Levine, back for Sundown. Fires that one high, good save there, comes out to Moynihan. McKechnie. Sundown, Levine, Lahome Wickens, all the way around for Moynihan. McKechnie fires that one over, caught, I thought, no Wickens, no, it ends up in the restricted area, and then picked up by Blaine Paulus, who maybe settled in here after getting the late call there in that first period to come in. Which is never an easy spot, Steve, to be the backup goalie in a game and have to get your name called pretty early.
No, I think he's played very well since he's come in the league.
Playing forward now. Rushing up the floor is Chase Snow. Snow, penalty about to expire, it now does. McElmoyle hits Sundown, still 5-on-4 this way. Sundown missed, I think. Did it? It did. Just couldn't get it on target there as it goes into the rafters. Sky there by London, as they're now making their way back into the offensive zone. Crum back, gives that one off to Buzz Dockstader. Buzz Dockstader gives it off, as it now hits Crum back again, trying to get it back for Buzz Dockstader. As he'll now try to make his way back towards the net. He'll go behind now, got 5 left to shoot. Out in front, laying Gills, misses the target, and then it dies off a foot there in the restricted area. Fired up the floor, wide open, Jackson Ray, can he catch? Yes, he does! Chance to go, Ray! Great save by Paulus, but he stepped in as he got hit. As Taylor Lowe has a big screen there. They're going to call that as Ray got caught up with the offensive player, Coverdale. Wide open, McKechnie just missed the target there.
Again, he looked far side, came back short side, but hooked it a little and missed the target.
As Coverdale gets caught up now with Jacob Dockstader, ball comes loose, and now away will come Owen Sound. A lot of stick work there between these two sides as Griner Patak hits Colton McKechnie. Save there by Paulus. And some stick work there off ball, and that's not going to draw some ire. As I think Griner Patak telling McKechnie not to fight back. He doesn't want him to take a penalty. Again, I really like Marcus. Finally asked him how to pronounce his name. Took me 3 years too late, but I finally got Griner Patak down pat. My bad, Marcus. That shot deflected there into the corner. Taken now by Owen Sound, and racing up the floor is Chase Snow. He's gonna have the red carpet rolled out. Yes, he does. Chase Snow! Great save by Blaine Paulus. He's been big in this period, Steve. And he's needed to be in a lot of spots so far through about halfway. About 8.5 gone. Again, they're gonna go 4-on-4 here. As looks like Clagas will be the one to stay on the defensive end for Owen Sound. Hits Sundown. Couldn't catch it clean, and now away will go the Blue Devils. Chance to go, gonna fire, misses the target, and that one rockets out of play.
Souvenir for the young fan who's tracking it down.
Yeah, rushing right after. That ball moves a lot more than a puck there, Steve. That one rolled almost stolen. Good job there by McElmoyle, the chase. Yeah, it's more like a baseball. It hits something and rockets away. Not like a puck where it hits you and it kind of stays, you know? Levine. Moynihan. Back for him. Trying to bounce off a couple of checks. Back now for McElmoyle. Gonna have to fire from a mile away. Good save there. It got dropped high. Whistle is gonna go off the penalty as poor that looks to be Zach Lemon got buried there, and the penalty will go to Taylor Lowe. Cross-check is called, and I can only imagine that you're thinking maybe high stick?
Well, no, I think it was the right call. It's just, again, a little too aggressive. He keeps the stick down, the call probably doesn't come. Again, frustration when you're sitting here halfway through the game and your regular season or your playoff hopes are dwindling away here. I guess you can expect a little bit of that.
Lost 4 in a row coming into tonight of the London Blue Devils, including to both the Hamilton Bengals and the Windsor Clippers in their 2 most recent games.
Yeah, and it's surprising because we saw Windsor here, I think it was last week, and they certainly did not look like they were an offensive juggernaut, and I would have expected London to be able to handle them, but it wasn't the case.
Power play off the water break there for the netminders. We'll mention Miles Plater stayed in his spot. Lahome Wickens, great save again by Powless.
Yeah, and a really nice play run there.
They gotta get over, and they do. That's now going in. Almost buried Ray there was the other defender. And now they do hold him up there. Ball comes loose, and Ray will go. As that was, I'm gonna imagine Chase Brown. I'll have to check the scorer sheet here. No, Zach McKechnie in the game. So Zach McKechnie getting his first real shifts I've seen. They're wearing the 17 jersey, the call-up. Nice pass there. McElmoyle fires that one around a down defender. Trying to get a hold of it. There is Lahome Wickens. I think got caught by the netminder's stick, and hopefully he's okay. As also going off there for the Blue Devils, limping off the floor. There goes Jamie De Silva. Both these teams have been taking a beating here tonight. And you see right there, right off the foot, that could not have felt nice. Ugh. As that's going to be a 5-on-3 now for about 50 seconds. And then it'll be a 5-on-4, in fact, in favor of Owen Sound. They could really use a power play goal here, as they've, again, they've had no goals in this period. Right now, the goals are 1-0 in favor of London. And it's a 5 for the Slash on the netminder. So that's a big one going against the Blue Devils here. I guess down by 5.
Yeah, that's a tough one to take. Again, it's, I'm sure if you're Everest Lahome Wickens, you would agree with the call. So
I think it's Englewood for sure. As they go 4-on-3 here, Sundown. What a pass across, Lahome Wickens off the bar!
Now you would expect if he was a recipient of a 5-minute major, he would not be eligible to come out here to start the power play. So I guess because he was not attended to by a member of the training staff, he was still available to come out.
Great ball retention here by the North Stars. A couple different crossbars, one by Lahome Wickens, one by Sundown. As that shot saved again, right into the feet of Lahome Wickens. Ball skied. Can McElmoyle get a hold of it? Griner Patak thought about going after it, but ends up just retreating smartly. Is that penalty's about to expire? Buzz Dockstader can't catch it. And now away, Nathan Coverdale. Coverdale got Lahome Wickens. Great save again. Lahome Wickens picks up the loose ball. Lahome Wickens now.
In a 5-on-4 situation now. London did get their minor release. So.
Yeah, and they made sure they didn't get too many. They went 2 less to make sure they didn't have too many. McKechnie on the 5-on-4 now. Still looking for their first power play goal of the contest. Both teams have scored a shorty, might I add. No power play goals, but 2 shorties. Sundown. McKechnie scores! Give him the first power play goal, why not? It's his 4th of the night, 9th of the weekend. No, you did not hear me wrong. His 9th of the weekend for the 07 born forward, Colton McKechnie, 9-3. For Owen Sound's sake, Steve, I hope the Brampton Excelsiors aren't watching this. Or they are the team that drafted Colton McKechnie in the
Burlington.
Burlington, pardon me.
Yeah.
Yes, Brampton's Everest Lahome Wickens.
Yeah.
He's the only one who's not really with Burlington because Nate Laycock plays with Burlington, Wes Grant plays with Burlington. I think Taylor Bennett's been called up a couple of times for that squad for the Blaze. The Blazers, I should say. London now with possession, looking to, again, try to bring it back within 5. They still were down a man for another 3 minutes, unless Owen Sound scores their second goal in this 5-minute major for slashing. Right across the top, and that will be thrown into the netting there. As Owen Sound will start with it now behind the net. Up comes Chase Snow. Forward there for what looks to be Levine. Sundown. Nice shot there, McElmoyle, good save. Ball's trapped there by Levine. Can't get a hold of it there, but they're gonna say Moynihan stepped in. Almost got forced over the line and ends up getting rolled into the corner. McVicker will be the one to pick it up. And McVicker will go as Plater gets in the way. Skied there for Taylor Bennett, who I'll be talking to in the second intermission. Do stay tuned for that, my interview with Taylor Bennett. Have a chance to talk about some of his defensive work and his team's defensive work tonight and this season. Lahome Wickens fires that one, saved by Palace. Now under 2 left from the power play for Owen Sound. Got to get it over, though, for London. Sometimes I think Palace goes a little lackadaisical there in his own end. Yeah. They do get it over.
Yeah, he's not quick to release that ball from the crease.
A couple nice moves there. Trying to get away there for London. Nice bounce off a check. Shot there, saved by Plater. As Marshall will throw it forward now for Coverdale. As that was David Crumback with the attempt for the Blue Devils, as Sundown now has it. McElmoyle, Sundown. McElmoyle, Sundown. Fires that one off the shoulder there of Blaine Powless. McKechnie. Moynihan. Colton McKechnie. Sundown. Fires that one off, I think, the stick. They're going to say it didn't. Stays in the yard, though. McElmoyle. Back to him from Lahome Wickens. Now Sundown. McKechnie fires that one, saved by Powless. He's really kept his team in it in this second period. He's trying to make his way around there. Nice move. Finally lost it. Picks it back up. Good save there by Plater. Great job there by Taylor Lowe to get around.
He made something out of nothing there. We're just staying with it, using his speed, and creating that scoring opportunity.
McElmoyle. No, actually, it was never Niven there. Nice job. Like, tricked me there. Did Zach Lemon. McElmoyle's now got it. For Sundown. Sundown fires that one right off the chest protector. Ball skied. Nice takeaway. Levine. Scave again. Powless has a couple extra whacks for the trouble there for Caden Levine. That will end. Back to 5-on-5 we go, and that one goes out of play. Yes, it does.
Yeah, those when you throw the ball away in transition, those are always tough on the coaching staff to accept. So you really want to be able to gain that offensive zone, get your guys out there and run through a set and see what comes of it.
McKechnie over the top. Nice move. Colton McKechnie. That one just over the net. Caught by Levine. Able to keep that one in play. As Levine Moynihan. Got about 4 left to work here. Levine fires that one, saved by Paulus. Caught though off the ricochet. Fresh shot clock now for Owen Sound. Feeling like some flow coming back to the offense here. It's kind of gone stagnant in this second period. Nice pass there. Shot scores! Kaden Levine! Heard through the earpiece. I said stagnant. He said what? They get 10-3 in favor of Owen Sound.
Again, they were moving the ball nicely, a lot of perimeter stuff on this offensive set, but Levine kind of got some time and space. The defender didn't cut off the shooting lane, and nice hard underhand shot from the outside, under the glove, short side. So kind of got Owen Sound back on the offensive swing of things here.
Nice job there by Lang-Jill to get a hold of that one. Passed over, shot there, saved by Plater, gets stuck in some feet, gonna get fished around, and now to Coverdale. Transition was not as plentiful today as it was yesterday against Wellsburg. It was really end-to-end stuff in the second period. Looks like Owen Sound and London doing a better job of not letting teams just get away with 3-on-2s and 2-on-3s consistently. As that ball now hits McElmoyle. Nice move there, McElmoyle. That one off the shoulder, and then it hits the crossbar. Clagus going to retrieve it. Clagus still can't get a hold of it. Clagus still working for it, though. Oh, and those two, that almost looked like a jousting match there as that ball's fired forward. Gonna have to go 3-on-1 now for London. Nice move, never got it on target. Pounded it into the turf. Good attempt, though, by Logan Swerves.
Yeah, he found himself on the wrong side of the floor for the strong side righty there, and tried a little twister, but didn't have the skill set to pull it off at that point.
Chase Snow gives it off for Lahome Wickens. He'll actually stay. As now Levine. Top now for McKechnie. Down 4. Snow. Nice shot there, but a better save by Powell. Pardon me. Dockstader couldn't catch that one, and it's a turnover. Yeah, McKechnie's got to wait. He thought about running in transition, but he didn't have the sub yet. McKechnie picks it up. McElmoyle for Lahome Wickens, a little high, and it ends up caught by Paulus. Blaine Paulus skies it towards the line, gets it over. Boyko. Forced around there as Boyko gives it off. Shot from an odd angle, good save there by Plater. Ball still on the turf. Where is it? Coverdale couldn't catch. Ball still on the turf. Everybody converging, and now McVicker will get it. Nolan McVicker. Pass down. McElmoyle. Sundown. Good save again, Paulus. Thrown forward there. It's Logan Spears. Landon Ashmore. Back for Cohen Smith. Smith. Gonna fire that one. I don't think touched anybody, just missed. Good catch though by Lang-Jill. Lang-Jill blocked that one. There was Gardner Patak. Is it gonna go out? It is. Where's the shot clock goes? What's the first call? It's the shot clock, so it'll be Owen Sound ball. And now nobody goes to play defense. Bennett! Great save, Paulus. But now a chance for London to go in transition. That could have been ugly though for London. Passed across, saved there by Plater. Ball comes out, and buried there off the ball there. Is that shot high and wide? Good catch! Did Plater save that or he missed?
He saved that with the leg save.
Pat Quigley, please get me a replay if you can. Penalty coming to Owen Sound, so we're gonna have a chance to look at that one again, I hope. Wonder if it's gonna be taken, it will not. The shot clock is not the factor here with 15 seconds remaining. And there's going to be Clagus buried. That will send the ball the other way, but the penalty will be called first. Away is going to go Zach Lemon. But oh my goodness, Miles Plater did it yesterday, does it today. Pulls off some wizardry. How he reaches over to make that save is bonkers. Bonkers. Stick save off the wood part of the stick, Steve.
Yeah.
Oh my.
The shooter bounced it, and it's probably slowed it up just enough so Miles could react and then hit off the back of his stick and stayed out. So.
Almost right through Lang Gil. Over now, just could not catch there. A little low for Smith, and that will be the period. 10-3 in favor of the Owen Sound North Stars. 1:48 remains on the power play for the London Blue Devils. There's some jawing going on here after the final buzzer in the second period. As a expanded lead going into the third period from the first period, and we're up 7. Pardon me, up 6 going into the second period, now up 7 going into the third, what looks like final period here tonight, as London has really struggled for offense, and some of that is to do with the defense, and some of that's to do with Miles Plater pulling off some wicked stuff in his cage.
Yeah, again, the Owen Sound defense has just been smothering and hasn't given up much in the way of clear-cut opportunities, and when they have had some on the London side, Miles Plater is stood pretty tall. So to go through 40 minutes and only allow 3, you're getting a good goaltending in the defense. So it's playing superbly.
We'll mention, Owens had 22 shots in the first period. London, through 40, has 22. They had 9 in that second frame.
Yeah, again, they're just not able to produce much on offense, not running a lot of plays, just some perimeter ball movement and looking for that open shot. But other than that, not having the ability to get inside versus the Owen Sound defense.
Well, we'll have to see what London's got cooked up here in this third, potentially final period, because a win here for Owen Sound would tie them in the standings for the eighth and final playoff spot. As then Owen Sound has a chance to kind of look up at Cambridge, who also has 6 wins, has 12 points. The Bengals have 7 wins and 14 points. And then, you get up to 12, you're only 4 points back of 5, and that's Point Edward. So, and you play a bunch of those teams coming up, Steve. You're at home, might I add.
Yeah, they're going to get an opportunity to climb up here, to continue, again, to play a strong defensive game. And now that they've got some guys in the offense really rolling, that they'll be a handful for anybody.
They've been a handful tonight for London so far. We'll see if they can keep it up. 10-3 in favor of the Owen Sound North Stars over the London Blue Devils. Up next will be my interview with Double Sevens Taylor Bennett, one of the assistant captains for this Owen Sound North Stars squad. Now after that, we'll get ready for the third and potentially final period between the North Stars and Blue Devils here on Rogers TV. side now joining me, assistant captain, number 77, Taylor Bennett. Taylor, obviously, very good game so far here tonight. We'll get into that in a second, but yesterday was a big win for your squad against Wallaceburg, 16-5. Obviously, tonight you were hot in the first period again. What do you think's really led to that this week on the offensive explosion?
I think just the whole team being together as a group, playing like hard defense all the way up the floor. Our transitions game's been beautiful. Offense is moving the ball, swinging it, setting good picks. I think we're just playing our game and going to see how it goes throughout the playoffs.
Obviously, you're usually a defender. I've seen you play a couple of offensive sets here and there, especially throughout yesterday's game. But, what do you think is a big key for you on the defensive end? And again, I've gushed about you. I'll say it to your face. I think you're the best defender on the team. I think you're one of the best defenders in the league. And I think you've kind of shown that as the leader on that side of the ball. What do you think really leads to that for your guys?
I think just playing our system, playing hard, playing gritty, getting over the top, forcing them low, just staying on them, staying on their bottom hands, and just not letting them do anything.
Now, obviously, again, a big lead here, 10-3 in favor of your North Stars over London. What do you think is a big key to keep it and be able to get a second win on the weekend?
Just staying how we've been playing, keep pushing the ball, keep playing hard defense, and play our game as a team.
Thank you so much, Taylor Bennett of the Owen Sound North Stars. Good luck.
Thank you.
All right, and we'll be right back with the third and potentially final period between the Owen Sound North Stars and the London Blue Devils after this on Rogers TV. Welcome back here to the Bay Shore. 10-3 in favor of the Owen Sound NorthStars over the London Blue Devils. Specify here with Steve McCarthy up here in the broadcast booth. And Steve, I have to make a correction. I mistakenly said Colton McKechnie is an 07. Now he plays like an 07 maybe, but he's actually born in 2009. So he's only 17 in the U21 level.
Yeah, no, he certainly doesn't appear to be a young raw rookie with his stature nor his play. So they've got quite a tremendous hometown boy here showing the way offensively.
Gill, back four, Gill. That one, Buzz Doxter put that one just over the shoulder. He's had a couple of those tonight. Steve usually steps in. That one was actually at least on target. Back for him, and stepped in, I think, again.
Yes, it's the second callback he's had on the goal with the crease violation. He does have a sweet pair of mitts. He's keen to be able to get him the ball in and around the net.
Now he's going to stay down, so it'll be 3-on-4 in favor of the London Blue Devils. I forgot they were on the power play, Steve.
Yeah.
Really slipped my mind.
They'll get at least one more offensive set here with about 45 seconds to go in the power play.
Much needed one, too. Doxter takes a tumble, able to kind of force it backwards, and he does get it to an intended target. That passed over, got stolen right into the stick there of Gardner Patak, and looking to turn it on, and there he goes. Gardner Patak gonna stop up, nice move. Great save, Blaine Powlis right under the leg there. Almost pretty for Rainer Patak.
Yeah, nice cutback. He did have a transition partner up ahead, and here we go. Result of the goal. You can't score a transition one end. It does open opportunities the other way. You'll get one. It'll count as a power play before the transition goal. Plus with the man up.
Job there by London. That's a great couple fakes there for Landon Ashmore, who gets the marker, makes it 10-4. In fairness, though, to Owen Sound, Steve, London did this in the other period. They scored early in it, not on the power play, mind you, but they scored early in the second period. That was the only goal they got in the previous period. And Blaine Gill got a hold of Coverdale. They're still kind of tied up here. And who got the minor? It's going to be a roughing. Did Coverdale get one? I don't know.
No, we're only going to call one. They were kind of tangled up. The London player may have been more of the aggressor on that one. Again, sometimes the referee like to see the score a little more. Tie up and 10-4 situation. But nonetheless,
Home Wickens will now start with it off of the Carson Langiel penalty. Sends his power play back out. Mahome Wickens right down the hit. McKechnie gets right off the shoulder there. Wasn't happy about it as Sundown now goes to chase. Ball airmailed by its intended target, but able to catch it off the bounce there for London. Taylor Lowe is the one who caught it off the bounce. This Taylor has Buzz Doxter in around a couple different orange shirts. They're going to call a hold on Jackson Ray. Or no, pardon me. That'll be Chase Snow. His numerical counterpart there for Buzz Doxter. It's a hold and a slash. So it's two different minors getting called. Snow getting the hold and a slash going to Dawson Marshall.
Might be a bit of a makeup ball in here. Here's the whole problem coming there. So I guess he went, he just logs the ball and he puts it on top. I guess it's well deserved.
That went from a power play to a 4-on-3. So lots of room now for both teams to work here. Bennett's going to play the top. Nice shot there, saved by Plater, who traps in the restricted area. Cohen Smith, as Plater's going to just fire. Lahome Wickens caught it. Nice job. Average Lahome Wickens. Nobody came off. They're still short a guy. In the middle. What a move. Good save there by Powlis, as that was Zach Lemon with the rush.
Yeah, that was very slow developing transition opportunity, but goaltender again came up with a really big save.
That's a cross, good save there, and actually, pardon me, Miles players on the bench, that's Jacob Flooney. As down goes Bennett. Got shoved late there by Cohen Smith. So yeah, Jacob Flooney now in the cage in this third period. Miles Plater on the bench, and he's not coming out, so that's a flat-out substitution of netminders here going into this third and looks like final period. So Charge only 3 goals against for Miles Plater on 22 shots against. As Bennett lost that one, gets kind of grabbed up, and they're going to call that? Yes, they are.
Yeah, just a bit of over-exuberance there by number 7 on London, slamming under.
Bennett now going to roll right towards the net. Good save there, Powless. And there, yeah, got to goal to Bennett again. And they're going to call Bennett on it, it looks like? The answer's yes. Bennett's not going to have to go off. Nice fake there, Buzz Dockstader. Trying to create some space. That shot saved there by Plater. Picked up, and Bennett's not going to go. What's the call? Slash. Okay. Oh, no, sorry, it's a hole. We've decided it's a hole. And again, I said it to his face. I'm saying it again, I think he's the best defender on this team. He's one of the top, I think, in the entire division. He's so good. He's been so good for Owen Sound this year. Been a big catalyst for him, and I didn't see that one. I didn't see that.
Yeah, it was a little bit of, he might have grabbed the stick and took a shot to the jaw. And probably a bit of disbelief that he didn't draw yet for retaliation.
That's, I'll say my perspective, Steve, but I will again say I'm not a trained official.
Well, we all get an opinion.
Theirs matters a lot more than mine, though, Steve. It's actually a penalty shot. So yeah, he got 2 minors, he got a T as well, so penalty shot. Buzz Dockstader scores! Beats Jacob Flooney, makes it 10-5.
Finally able to connect in around the crease. He's had 2 called back, so we'll see this on the replay again. Slow motion, draws the goalie out. Jumps in the cylinder, deposits the ball before his feet hit the ground.
So now back to 4-on-3 in favor of London. 4 seconds, all that's left of the London minor, though, so it'll be 5-on-4 almost instantaneously off the face-off. And then 5-on-3 for about 36 seconds.
This draw is really important for London. If they have any hope of getting back in this game, they'll want to have possession. And they got it. Even though it looked like Coverdale probably won the draw, he had nowhere to go with it.
Dockstader wide open is Lang Jill stepped in. No, I think the 3rd goal they've had taken from him from stepping in.
That's a 10-8 game if those 3 don't get called in the crease. And those are tough bang bang again. We'll give the official the benefit of the doubt.
Where's this going to go? And it goes against Plagas.
Might have been a bit of a ward off there. We were close to fourth there, tough to see, but
Again, having been out on this 5-on-3 could be costly. The first penalty does expire to Dawson Marshall, who will instantly join the penalty kill here. Now it's 5-on-4. For a minute 14. Passed over. Dockstader misses that one entirely, and that one's going to go out of play.
Miles Plater almost had to make a save on the bench, but he untraditionally got out of the way.
Now 4-on-3 as Gardner Pataki crews in. Just looking around to see if we can find some green grass. There is some. Got 15 left to work here. On the shot clock, we've got 10 left to work here. Top. Again, just happy to chew up this penalty kill for Owen Sound. He'll go right around the net. I think he's just going to dump it in the corner. Oh, he's going to shoot towards the net. Never had a chance. Great job there by Reiner Patak. Pass around the net. Nice move by Dockstader. Oh, right off the helmet there of Jackson Rea, who's playing the goal line. That shot off of Ray. Good job there. Nice whack there by Klages, and he'll get a chance to go. 8 seconds remains on the Bennett penalty, so it'll be 5-on-5. Fruitless there on the 5-on-3. Klages right in. Good save there by Paulus. The penalty expires, and then it's going to go. Dockstader. Screen. Over. What a pass there. That one just missed the target. Not caught there by, that looked to be Zach McKechnie who stepped in, and now it will go the other way. As racing up the floor comes Owen Sound. Chase Snow. Lahome Wickens just could not catch. Now he does. Lahome Wickens back for Brock McElmoyle. McElmoyle for McKechnie. McKechnie fires. Good save there by Paulus, who traps it in. Coverdale is going to try to retrieve. It's in the passing lane there, but good sky there as it's caught by Aiden Testa. Dockstader. Right across. Dockstader. Right through the stick there of Noah. And now away will Reiner Patak. Skies it for Jackson Ray. Ray thought about going towards the net, will rope off. Sundown. Oh, he doesn't give it off to Sundown, gives it off to McKechnie. McKechnie. Home Wickens. Hits the line. Fired down for Sundown. Slide. Now for Levine, gonna have to fire. Just couldn't get it away, and now the ball will go the other way. Taylor low. Now it's out. I don't think they're looking for too much offense here, Steve. I think they're just trying to use up as much shot clock as they can, and then look for the best opportunity after about 10 to 5 seconds left.
Yeah, they've really taken their foot off the gas, and that's really not something you want to see. London got themselves in such a big hole. They really played well to suck it out the game.
Yes, they have. As Dockstader tried to fire, ends up going right into Reiner Patak, and he's going to go. Reiner Patak turns it on. Nice move. Got hit as he tried to fire. Where is it? Under Paulus. Again, Reiner Patak, when he just hits that fifth gear, you're not catching the Ferrari. I'll try, though. I'll try it by Chrysler 200. I'll try. That ball just missed the intended target there of Lennon Ashmore. It's Coverdale now. Great got Bennett, just couldn't find him. Bennett was twisting and turning for it.
Got that big Woody, but he doesn't handle very efficiently in the passing.
Shot there, save, and there's gonna be a whistle, and it's gonna go the other way. Saved anyway by Jacob Flooney. Coverdale. Sundown. Home Wickens. It's Levine. Caden Levine has got 2 tonight. Just caught by Moynihan. Shot scores! Tanner Moynihan! His first of the weekend. And I will mention there, Steve, he got a really good lane because Jacob Dockstader got caught a little flat-footed here on the catch. You see him there trying to get in the passing lane and put his hand in that cookie jar, and someone woke up at 11 o'clock at night.
Went for the pick, and again, slide, Sundown backed his man down and blocked any chance he had of sliding over and cut off that lane for us. Again, nice finish on the other hand, and gets him on the board and gets Newtown's offense back on track.
That it does. Whistle's gonna go, and I think Coverdale just got an extra minor as he caught Lane Gill. He's asking for the 5, as he might have caught him with a high stick. Coverdale only gets to 2. As Carson, Lane, and Gill will start with the ball here. We'll mention, and then we'll look at the game sheet as you watch this. Miles Plater's not in the net. It is Jacob Flooney still. So 2 goals are charged to Jacob Flooney, or should be charged to Jacob Flooney, as that ball is whistled wide. Plater's allowed 3 tonight. I'll make sure the record shows that. At least my record. That shot deflected off a couple different bodies. Never got it was Klegus. Missed the target though for Colton Noah. Great defense there by Bennett. That ball just over the net. Caught now off the boards. Ashmore, and that's gonna be a shot clock. There was a wrong shot clock reset. As Chase Garvey will race up the floor. Ball there by Coverdale as McKechnie puts that one over the net as he tried to shoot as he got hit. Goes into the netting and we'll get the whistle the other way. As Buzz Dockstader, who's been very impressive tonight for London, if not rewarded on the score sheet as much. That ball hits Smith for Dockstader. Dockstader tried to give it back, that's fended off. Dockstader over, shot there, save, that was Ashmore. Good save by Flooney. Actually, did he hit? No, apparently he missed Flooney. Shot clock violation. Ray. Smooth there as Ray gets around Dockstader. Ray. Waiting for the 4th guy to come out, but it ends up being a defender, so Ray's got it worked now. Jackson Ray takes a couple whacks for the trouble. Got 10 left to work here on the shot clock. 25 left here on the power play for London. Ray gonna get held up there. He doesn't get the whistle, and now he will. As they're gonna lock horns here, and Ray not trying to get involved, not get the extra penalty here, and he's getting pushed around a little bit there by the Blue Devil.
Yeah, that's just frustration there. He did a great job containing him, and then just put the clamp on and tossed him to the turf, and tried to engage to get a little
Pretty obvious when there's
a nothing burger when it came to having to do that. I mean, the shot clock was about to expire. He was about 92 feet from the net. What an 11-5 score will be.
That was Jared McDonald goes off. Now it's 4-on-4 for about 20 seconds. About 5 seconds between the shot clock and the penalty kill for Owen Sound. That ball's missed. Powless. Caught there by Lahome Wickens. Couldn't really get a hold of it. Though, lost his stick, and now it's a real break.
That's too many man, and he's going to get called, yeah.
But it may have saved them a goal, Steve.
Yeah, penalty shot, though. Yeah, I think you're getting a little protest from the Owen Sound bench. That was pretty evident.
May have been close from their perspective, but it wasn't close to us. It will be a penalty shot as Reiner Patak technically claims it.
Got our favorite Buzz Dockstader to see what he can do with the Magic against.
Got a goal in the last one. Scores! Gets a second. That time just waited, didn't try to out-shifty Flooney. He just waited to see a hole.
And again, with the stalled Owen Sound offense, slowly but surely, London's crept back into this game. And again, we talked about the 3 that had called back in crease violation. We have a pretty interesting looking score at 11-9 here. So after coming out blazing early in the game, they kind of stalled here, and London chipped away, kept at it, and 9 minutes to go here.
Coverdale still in the box. Lemon was the one trying to get it. Ball got stuck, and it will go Owen Sound's way. Lemon has it, waits for Coverdale to come out. Now it'll be a 5-on-4 in favor of Owen Sound for about a minute and a half. This is McKechnie for Lahome Wickens. It's Levine, Lahome Wickens, McKechnie, Lahome Wickens, McKechnie, back for Everest. That ball blocked and bounces into the waiting arms of that minder. And Powless will fire, and they'll go over the intended target. That ball is still loose, and McVicker ran over it. Chance now for the Blue Devils. I thought maybe, but ends up rerouting there is Krumback. Krumback gives it off for Dockstader. He's now got two, both on penalty shots. Takes a couple of whacks for the trouble. Can he get away? The answer's no. Fires there and good save. Dockstader in a phone booth there against three different orange shirts. Just kept going. Can't get away down Dawson Marshall. Marshall now does get away, but misses McVicker, who gets his check finished. Let's Dockstader. Power play will have about 4 seconds left after this shot clock if they use all of it. Colton Noah. Over, back for Noah, blocked by Dawson Marshall. Ball hits the deck, and now McVicker will go. Power play is about to expire for Owen Sound as he gets it off to McKechnie. McKechnie getting it down. We'll go back to 5-on-5 for Sundown. What a catch! In! Score! Slide! Sundown sneaking it through the shoulder for the big man. Doubled up for Owen Sound, 12-6.
Yeah, that's a big one for Owen Sound. There are two big lefties playing a two-man game there, and again, just a little slip pick here. Just too big a man for number 3 to handle.
Not just that, Steve. He also really had no contest once he caught it. Like, look at that. One slight bounce.
Just bounced off and found underneath the arm.
Honestly, Steve, you got to think. You know, sometimes you need your, I'll say, you need your best players to be your best players, but sometimes, you know, when your offense is stalling and you really need a goal, you need a point, you need something, you go to your, you know, your on-paper top player, which is Sly Sundown, the big guy. Try to double the ball. Can't get away. Nice save there by Flooney. Ball comes loose. Ray finishes his check and goes to try to retrieve, as Plagas will now. Plagas, I think maybe caught a knee there as he's slipping off the floor, as Coverdale.
Penalty coming London's way, so again.
And they're trying to tell Jacob to get off the floor. Now he will. And he's pretty quick for a netminder. He's pretty quick with all that Gorilla stuff on. Lahome Wickens, 6-on-5. Sundown. McKechnie's gonna get pressured for Lahome Wickens. Good save there. Rebound. Moynihan scores! Tanner Moynihan with his second of the night makes it 13-6. And the offense team maybe finally waking up at the right time.
Well, again, it was just Johnny on the spot, as they'd say there. You know, nice initial save, but the rebound popped up right in the eyes of Moynihan. He was able to handle it in all in one motion, positive in the empty net. Good quick hands there. And I must say, Moynihan is a crafty little guy down there, and he really reminds me of Dan Keene, who played a number of years of senior B up here, although Keene was a righty, both from the same area, in that Singer Wellington triangle, and yeah, very reminiscent of Dan Keene.
Covered up there by Lang Jill, as he'll leave it for Coverdale.
The referee
Wait a second.
tee up the bench or somebody off the bench, but
Delay of game, I think? No, it is a tee. He's gonna go serve it.
it's probably time to put the earmuffs on and just let this game play out.
Spears will go off. 13-6. No one's off his back to power play off the tee. As Levine will start with it. Looks like some different offensive offenses. Sundown will go take a seat. Levine for Lahome Wickens. What a move, Lahome Wickens scores! Everest Lahome Wickens gets his hat trick and make it 14-6. And you know, again, Steve, the offense has kind of been dormant since that first period. It seemingly kind of realized what was at stake and has reawoken.
Well, again, you know, it doesn't hurt getting on the power play, but again, they ran a nice little scissor pick there and open up the lane with the shooter going down to the crease, or the top man going to the crease, and the crease man coming up and picking the back of the defender at the shooter spot. Owen Wickens just walked right through and made no mistake.
Coverdale got that one through. He's trying to catch there. His Owen Sound up right near the bench. Vulnerable area. Coverdale does get it, and he'll go. It's Coverdale. For Moynihan. 0, might I add, which is a big one because their power play's been kind of stagnant here tonight with all the positives offensively. Sly Sundown over. Now for, that looked to be...
That was McKechnie that, again.
Wide open in the slot, too.
Yeah.
There. He just hit it into the turf and missed. He's now racing down the floor. Nice move. Not able to get towards the net, however, there for Crumback. Buzz Dockstader. Down, buried, looked Clagus, and they're gonna call it. No, it's gonna be a possession. As now Ray is marking at Landon Ashmore. The twos are locking off there. As Clagus will make it over with 5 left to go in this game. I won't mention, Steve, as much as the offense has definitely felt more stagnant here tonight in the latter stages, they almost have as many goals as they did yesterday, as Clagus got buried again. Now McElmoyle. Over Moynihan, trying to get away, back for Clagus, got deflected, shot there through the legs, and saved by Powis off Sundown. But yeah, they had 15 yesterday in the win, or actually, pardon me, 16 yesterday in the win, they have 14 now, so, you know, the offensive performance on the scoreboard isn't substantially different, but the feeling of it, I'd say, Steve, is definitely a little bit different.
Yeah. I don't think in either game was there any doubt after the first period who was going to be the winning club, but London really put up a fight for a long time here.
Shot scores! Nolan McVicker gets a second in transition. Either another penalty was about to be called on London. Flooney was making his way to the bench, but it does not matter.
That again, well placed, top shelf. As Powis kind of dipped that shoulder, reaching over, it exposed a little top of the net there.
Feels like the wheels may have finally come off the bus here for London.
Yeah.
As Blaine Powell's been so good here tonight. He's actually coming in relief for Finley Topping. Face-off violation again against London. In the other way comes Owen Sound, and down will go Dawson Marshall. Whistle will go against London again. Marshall, wide open. McKechnie, great save, Powis. That's over. McKechnie again, that one was deflected. Caught Lahome Wickens. Everest in. Everest! Miss, I think actually no hit the target. Good save again by Blaine Powis. Around the net they go. A couple different knocks, but staying on the feet, and away they go. Taylor Lowe. Forward. Crumback, it's Buzz Dockstader for Colton Noah. Colton Noah gives it off for Buzz Dockstader. Got 5 left to shoot here. Now down low, nice move. That one off of Clagus' stick and will go wayward, and that will be the shot clock. He ends up losing it off the whack by Noah. Trying to get it over, does Jackson Ray. He will throw it into the scoreboard. So now Buzz Dockstader, 2-on-2 here. Dockstader misses Colton Noah, but does catch it off the bounce. It's Colton Noah. Passed over. Dockstader, nice save there, Flooney. And there's going to be a call going against, I think, McVicker there for a holding of the stick. But, you know, Steve, I got to say, Dockstader, and this is going to sound like a weird comparison, but he shoots like Zane Correct. When watching at the World Juniors, Steve, I never saw a player shoot a puck so slowly. Yet it's perfectly placed, it goes in. Like I saw the three different goals in the World Juniors where I saw Zane shoot and I went, that looks like it's going 4 miles an hour, and it just kind of lofts its way into the net. It's so crazy. It's deceptively, I'll say deceptive with the way he shoots. It looks like it's coming fast and it's a changeup and you're already kind of reacted to overshoot it. Dockstader couldn't catch that one. Almost Griner Patak getting away. Pass down low now. That shot saved by Flooney. Flooney looking at, got buried behind the ball was Clagus, and Clagus isn't getting up. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. As Cohen Smith is the one who buried him. And Smith's just gonna go off. Smith's just gonna go off. Logan Klages is okay. He takes a beating a lot of nights. He does Logan Klages, and he got one right in the lower back. And Smith will go for the quick shower and get ready for the bus, and you're gonna see right here, yeah, right in the lower back, right off the tailbone there for Logan Klages. I assume that'll be a major. It will be. It's down to serve it. Looks to be. Talk about it in a second. Wait a second. Whistle goes, and what's the call there? Stops it up as Coverdale will start with it. Legal cross-check missed the call as Coverdale will start with him here. 4-on-4. Coverdale, nice pass, just cannot catch. That ball does come loose for Dawson Marshall. Marshall with a couple whacks. Marshall fired over. Wide open, Dawson Marshall again just cannot catch. Marshall over the boards he goes. Shot clock about to expire with 5 left on it. Marshall takes another cut, high check. You're gonna have to spin and fire. Marshall will not get it away and he'll go down. A lot of drawing between these two sides at the scoreline, and the result seemingly decided. I'll say seemingly, but it is decided. Nice move in, good spin, and stepped in before Lane Gill got a good chance to fire. As I think a couple extra shots, and they're gonna give him back the ball. Well, undisciplined there by Owen Sound, maybe lucky not to get a call.
Oh yeah, again, it's a dead ball foul. Should be a minor.
Miss, and now a chance for Owen Sound to go. It should be an over and back. It is. So Colton Noah had to follow him. Waiting for reinforcements. There is snow. The whistle never went. Did it? Yeah, the whistle never went. I didn't think so. Snow still has a chance to start with it here as Colton Noah's going to wait. Snow picks it up. Now the whistle goes, so now they can force. About a minute left in the contest, and some jawing here as Coverdale's got a hold of somebody. And that looks to be Kieran McDonald, and they're both going to go off as Coverdale's want the suspension. I think they're both going to go off, though, and their nights are over. Second Blue Devil to go, and away will go Nathan Coverdale. It's going to be London ball. 1:06 left in the contest. I assume with just 10 minute misconduct, Steve not added anything to the board.
Yeah, even if they gave them offsetting minors, get them out and get them off.
Noah, good save there by Flooney. Comes out and Griner Patak will go. He's got Ray well in front, hits Jackson Ray. Jackson Ray 2-on-1. Ray passed over, score! Zach Levin gets his first tonight, makes it 16. Good job there by Ray to be really solid in the shot as he gives it over to a wide open Zach Levin, and the defenders link up there at 16-6, and now we matched yesterday's scoreline, Steve, almost on the nose. 16-6 here tonight, 16-5 yesterday, so that's 32 goals for an offense that, again, has really struggled before this weekend. And it looks like the senior Bees are getting ready for their game here tonight. Wait a second, they sent somebody. Who they sent? They just kicked somebody out. Was it a coach?
You know what? This is a grand game.
something, yeah. He's still barking at the bench there. Colton Noah's gonna go. He's still jawing towards the Owen Sound NorthStars here.
Well, you can expect a reaction from London when it's a 15-6 game. Owen Sound, probably could have just pulled that out, ran the clock down, and rolled the ball in the corner with 9 seconds to go. So they decided to do otherwise, and hopefully one of the guys now on the floor has to pay the price for it.
That's a fair point. Again, it's still 5-on-4. Finally off the boards, it looks. Finally off the floor there goes Colton Noah. Win there by Langill. We'll see if they run something here for London, down by a man. Down by double digits here tonight for the London Blue Devils. In a game that was maybe not must win, but darn close. Ooh, caught up high again, jousting there. Both players were kind of going high. Now 20 seconds remains in the contest, and that should be the game, and they can get it over. As McKechnie's going to rush up the floor, and that should end it, and it will. Big win for the Owen Sound NorthStars, Steve. As they now pull level with the London Blue Devils and the Cambridge Highlanders for 8th and 7th in the OLA. And they're 2 points from 6th, 4 points from 5th, and not that much farther from Northman there in 4th place. So still everything to play for the Owen Sound NorthStars. Again, 16-6 win over the London Blue Devils. And Steve, one thing we didn't talk about a lot since the first period, because they didn't need to with the scoreline the way it was, but Ryan Bull didn't play tonight. He had 7 points yesterday.
Yeah, just again, they're kind of coming in at the right time with a lot of confidence on the offensive side. A bit of a lull here again, happened about 20 minutes of the period, half of the second period, the first half of the third period, but the score would not indicate that, so they'll be happy with that.
As they will be, again, a big performance for Colton McKechnie. The 09 forward continues to sparkle here for the Junior B NorthStars, especially at home. He had 9 goals over the 2 days. He was in double digits for points over the 2 days this weekend here against Wallaceburg in London. And again, 32 goals for the Owen Sound NorthStars. The offense is finally coming away with all that potential we've seen throughout the couple of games we've been here at the Bayshore. Got lots more coming up, and it's nice to see them maybe finally putting it together.
Yeah, it's great to see Colton really grow into his leadership role, even as a rookie 17-year-old. He's got all the tools, great size, and he's really kind of pulling this offense along. But Lone Wickham's had a big day. A lot of contributions. Sly also had a big day. So, they're going to need all of them as they start facing a lot of tougher teams the last quarter of this season and hopes to move up in the standings.
And they continue to only allow, count 11 goals over the past 2 days, 5 yesterday, 6 today. And again, this is a defensive team. It's nice to see them finally get themselves offensively going, but you'd say the identity for this team is their captain Miles Plater and their defense. And again, they were good when they needed to be tonight.
Yeah, their defense isn't very big, but they're all very athletic. They're quick. They are hard to beat one-on-one. So you've really got to move the ball, move your feet to get any kind of exposure inside on them. So, yeah, if they keep it up, they'll be like I said earlier, they'll be tough to handle for any team in this league.
Well, we'll see what they can do. Again, a lot of home games coming up this month, coming up this June month as we end the month of May here today. So for Steve McCarthy, myself, Spencer Byers, and of course Pat Cliggett behind the camera, we will see you in the month of June for lots of OLA Junior B Lacrosse here on Rogers TV. All right.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to rogerstv.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at rogerstv.com.
Collingwood is a cycling mecca with over 60 plus kilometers of multi-use trails. Easily access all key areas of town by bike. We even have dedicated bike lanes, water bottle refill stations, bicycle repair stations, and bicycle shelters. It's a great way for all to commute. Experience Collingwood by bike.
When people ask me, why do I live in Collingwood? I said, why would you want to live anywhere else?
Collingwood is beautiful. I feel Collingwood is more like receiving, like appreciating. And Collingwood, I think Collingwood support a lot of entrepreneurial journeys. And that's one of the reasons inspired us to find some place in Collingwood, because I'm thinking about opening a business.
I think a lot of people appreciate, especially if they've come from more urban places than we are, it's a little slower, it's a little kinder. Now, let's not forget we have a lot of outdoor recreational activities that you can walk to because we're on the bay, lots of boating and swimming and beaches, and so many kilometers of trails, and of course a very short drive away to ski. And
I just really like the area. You got the water here, the mountain, hiking. It's just a really outdoorsy place, so I really loved it and decided to stay.
So back in 2021, the town council, staff, and the citizen-led Affordable Housing Task Force really made affordable housing a key priority for the community. And this came out of the Affordable Housing Task Force really ringing the alarm bells to how many people in our community are struggling with housing affordability.
For people who work in Collingwood, we need a lot of housing for them. And it turned out we need 1,300 rental units for people who are earning a moderate income of about $48,000 to $68,000 a year. And they're the backbone of so much of what our community has to offer. And whether it's a nurse in the hospital, a resident in the hospital, someone who's in the pharmacy department, it could be a teacher, someone who's finished school, starting their first job, doing whatever. Those are the people that we really need here in the community, and we don't have enough housing for them.
Affordable housing is in a crisis situation.
Rental rates have been skyrocketing. Most listings exceed over $2,000 a month. Purchase prices are so unaffordable that, potential buyers are driven down into an already constrained rental market. And there's an increasing number of people in our community that are within what we call core housing need. So these are people who are facing inadequate housing, unsuitable housing, and unaffordable housing.
Last term, we started up our Affordable Housing Task Force, and I volunteered to be a member of council who sat on that initial body that was set up. And we did a lot of great things to get things going. We firstly had to decide how many units do we really need here of housing for people who work in Collingwood. So we hired a top housing consultant in Canada who did that work for us. We recommended council put aside $300,000 a year to help the initiative. We suggested a full-time person be hired, those kind of things.
One of the best ways to address these issues is to reduce the regulatory burden on homeowners who are looking to build what we call additional residential units. So additional residential units, or ARUs, are smaller scale housing types that can be built within your home or on your lot, and they're often considered secondary to the main dwelling unit on a property. So this could be a detached structure in your backyard, sometimes called a garden suite or a tiny home. It could also be a basement apartment. It could be a unit above a garage or a unit as an addition to your home. The program is made up of 3 key components. The first is a concierge service. So that's a dedicated staff person, which is me. I provide a sort of elevated service to homeowners looking to build these kind of units on their property. Now, if a homeowner has never done this before, it can seem quite daunting to have to navigate through the building and planning process. A lot of the language and processes are quite technical and don't always seem accessible to the average day homeowner. So what I do is I help walk people through the process. I try to provide that kind of elevated service right off the gate so they know what they're getting into, and I try to avoid springing any information that they might not be ready for. So giving them all the tools and information right off the bat so that they can prepare for the process and understand the kind of costs that may be involved. And I can also connect them to people in the community who can support them through this process as well. Second part of our program is the pre-approved design catalog. So back in March 2023, when we launched the program, we opened up design submissions to architects, designers, and ARU manufacturers who can submit designs to our planning and building departments. Our planning and building departments will review the designs to make sure they comply with the town's zoning bylaw as well as the Ontario Building Code. And if they meet those 2 things, they can get pre-approval from our building department and be available online in our pre-approved design catalog.
Those pieces definitely made things a lot easier. I mean, the design process and getting those designs approved, we know from our construction business can be a really difficult and arduous process. So having pre-approved designs was like, okay, that's like a big step closer to just getting shovels in the ground.
The final component of our program is some financial incentives that we have available to support homeowners on their ARU journey. So the first grant stream is $10,000 that's offered to homeowners that commit to renting out their ARU for a minimum of 5 years on a long-term basis. So we want to avoid these ARUs going into the short-term accommodation market. And so we provide this financial incentives to people who commit to renting their unit on a long-term basis. So a minimum of, a 12-month, your standard 12-month lease. We also connect homeowners to the County of Simcoe's secondary suite program, which offers up to $30,000 to homeowners who commit to renting out their ARU at an affordable rate for a minimum of 15 years. So it's a bit more restrictive, or there's a bit of a higher bar to achieve that loan. And if homeowners are successful in getting the County of Simcoe's $30,000 loan, we will stack an additional $5,000 to kind of honor homeowners' commitment to providing affordable rental housing in our community.
We want people, we're encouraging people, if they want to add ARUs, and we want to make it as incredibly easy as we possibly can. Then there's the incentives on top of that.
Between the town and the county, someone can get up to $45,000 if they'll create a unit. So there's some details around that, but boy, I think that goes a long way to help.
A homeowner can receive $15,000 from the town of Collingwood and an additional $30,000 from the County of Simcoe for a total of $45,000 to help support their ARU project.
Towards the end of my project, I was starting to run a little low on money. When the inspector came, he informed me that there was this grant available, and I would say within 2 weeks I had the money, so it's opportune. And that's how I got into it. I was going to make the apartment anyway, I just would have had to stretch it out a little longer otherwise.
The financial incentive was definitely, it definitely made things a lot easier. Because we chose the pre-approved designs, the financial grant actually covered the permit costs, the design costs, and some extra. So that was just the combination of the 2 of them actually was a really big incentive for us too.
These kind of units have a ton of community benefits. They are built either using existing space in your home or existing space on your lot, on an existing lot, and already within an existing residential neighborhood. So they are closer to amenities, and they're also using land and municipal infrastructure quite efficiently. So you're concentrating that development within a built-up area.
Not only is that better for infrastructure, water and services, but also better for building communities that are close and diverse, and allows people to live like active lifestyles where they can walk or ride to work, to the grocery store, and all of that.
If a young adult is struggling to start out in Collingwood and can't yet break into that home ownership market, they can potentially work with family members to purchase a home, build that kind of ARU. One family member lives in the ARU, the other family lives in the main unit, and you're all living on the same property, which has great.
You're watching an interesting local show on Rogers TV and you want to know more. That's when you head to RogersTV.com. Our website provides more information about our programs, our hosts, our schedule, and about how you too can get involved with Rogers TV. Visit us online at RogersTV.com.
Test. Everybody can hear me? Aha. Mapasama mi goyan nongam. I was offered tobacco to be here to help with the fire. And I'm going to do a pipe ceremony here. And I'll sing a Thunderbird pipe song. That way we can open our event here. And we also have one of our community elders who is also going to be doing some speaking here today. So I'm sure there'll be a few people that will be sharing a few words in that, but I'll just explain a couple of things before we get into the pipe ceremony. So we started our fire here just a little while ago, and the first thing we do when we have a sacred fire is we put cedar and tobacco down on Mother Earth. And there's an old creation story regarding that, which is very simple. When we do that action of placing our tobacco and our cedar down, we're letting creation know that we're going to be doing a ceremony here today. Creation gave us that protocol far longer ago than I could possibly even account for. And I know there'll be some lady hand drum singers here as well. They'll likely be singing some songs. It's a very important time of the year, springtime. All the life is coming back as it was promised in the beginning of time. All the trees have had their rest, the water's had its rest, and all the grasses and the medicines and everything like that, they've all had their rest, and they've all brought forward the recreation of themselves and how they were given their lives as we were given our lives. So it's always nice to have a good number of people here to be part of this. You know, when we were given our ceremonies and that, one of the things my elders told me is that due to circumstances that have taken place in other lands regarding the suppression of traditional practices. We know that this happened. Our elders know that this happened. And so they told us it's okay for us to share these things with all peoples, all nations, all backgrounds. Because when I see you all here today, in my way of thinking, you were all meant to be here today. Nobody can question that. And your spirit is the most important thing here today, not how you look or anything like that. I'm here in recognition of each and every one of you who is not only a physical being but a spiritual being. And that's a tremendous gift that we were all given to be on this earth at this time, to participate in things like this. So where's my helper firekeeper? He disappeared. But anyways, I just want to make sure this fire keeps going here because I got to get the pipe ceremony going. What you got there? Okay. Okay. All right. Another one of our community elders brought something forward. These are when the beaver chews on the tree and he leaves little chips of bark around the tree, eh? So this is the beaver's contribution to our sacred fire. So he's not forgotten, he's not overlooked. Jimmy, Charlene, for bringing that forward. It's a good teaching. Put that on the fire. So I'm going to start off here in a couple of minutes. I'm going to light the pipe. I got to say a prayer. I have to say it in my native language, Nishnabem Win. And I have to sing at least one song. Over the course of the day, I'll try and sing 4 songs all together. But this first song is a Thunderbird pipe song that I'm going to sing, which was given to me in a vision. I work with 2 Thunderbird spirits, a male and a female. They're like a husband and a wife. So they came to me a long time ago when I was younger and gave me certain directions. Also, based on the many years I spent with my elders, I was conveyed to be a Thunderbird chief in 1995. So the elders from Minnesota, Manitoba, and Ontario, we gathered at Grand Portage, Minnesota, and they conveyed me as a Thunderbird chief. So I have the right and the title to do these kinds of ceremonies. And I do them with humility, with dignity, and respect for all people. So I'm going to get started with that. There's my assistant over here. He's helping me out. So he's going to take over watching the fire while I do the other part of the ceremony. Yeah. I owe you all an apology. About a week ago or so, my mother had passed away, so like it's been the case for most of my siblings and family members, I've had to do sacred fire for them. So we were doing it in the middle of a thunderstorm, and we had to stay out there and finish our ceremony. So all my stuff, my sacred items, got soaked. And I took everything out of my bag there, and I I guess I left part of my pipe at home last night because I had to dry everything out. But I can still do a prayer. That's not a problem. I'll do that, and I'll sing a hand drum song. Aha. Mi siguro nongom. Kamachta the men. Kishay manito kita benchigay. Won't you wigi men going when you sing and the goke get to make. Kay no kasiyan megawa bumata sa winamikana. Aha kishay manito. We do ko women is sanang o sisaway o sisanang. Quick to nagadoyang bumata sa winamikana. Yes, go ask we also way on, cannot man Gidwa need you to snap in on it. You know what is new and not none, Wabinang, Saonang, Ningai Obianang, Giwig Nang, Akina Ginawa, Abjeton Maba Sama Gaginwa, no Gumga Gichigag. Swimming the Sanang Gesagi, you will not most Sanang. Kina. Pamata jike kustari ing mampi nongom gagi stag nongom kikzibawat manitog. You know what is kinaway sinak abjiton mabasama ginawa nongom. Tuni what's this in the kinagego stigeki not magyang matsuan and sigisgakko. Tuni what chapi sinduit gino what is kinaway sinak. You know what is niwin not nan. ZB nebe manito abjiton mabasama itchini wet speedus kinegego stigen not magyang matsuan kumijuan this nebe ni wet skegin akinage ginawares mosquito nebe nindegeres Kine meskike ike indawe wat mampi mosquito ganing yegino wades chini wets in the kit chini wets kinigego stige ginad magyang matsuan and sigisagakko chini wets nino wades kitchasage gan nebe manito abjiton mabasama gegen chini wets kinigego stige ginad magyang matsuan Nim the gerish, the kipnebe, the minowabo minikwayan wins of Matasian. Simi Gutski again, Kinegagos Tigayan, the not Mage Matsuan. You know I'm a skuk makwe. After to go in the shin messy way, get him say on, and Sigisagaka. Simi Gutski not Magayang Matsuan, skuk makwe. Manidogi is Skagin, Niglet, get Quishkariing, Mampino, Gumgagi, Sagak, Nongum Gabegi, Niglet Stishindana, Kinegego, Stigain, Ginat Magyang Matsuan. Akinage Ginoa, Manidokan Dawe Wat Mampi King, Abjiton Mabasamage Ginoa, Nongum. Somsananek no Prisnanek, Manidokan do them nanek, Eginoaris, Abjiton Mabasamanongum, Kitsebawat. Nigretchendana, Nigretchabis and Briek, Peters and Gabuk Nongum Gagisidak. Now, I don't want to translate that for you because that'll take a long time, so I just talked to everything in creation, all the living beings that are in creation, all the things that have come back to life, the grandfathers and the grandmothers, the clan spirits, all the living things, all the helpers that are out there. I've addressed each and every one of them and offered them tobacco for our gathering here today. And I've asked them through their love and all of the great gifts that they bring to us each and every day, that they look upon you favorably and in a good way and in a loving way. So that's kind of the short version of my prayer here today. So I'll sing Manado Jesus Anagam Win. That's the Sun Spirit song. The song that the Creator gave us as the Sun Spirit watches over us each and every day. Aha. Thank you. This song here